Welcome back to Boats Yacht, where we dive deep into the world of legendary yachts and classic designs that shaped the golden era of sailing. Today we are exploring one of the most iconic American classics of all time, the 1937 Sparkman and Stephens yawl known as Manitou. A yacht that carries not just a reputation for elegance and fine craftsmanship, but also a story woven into the history of American yachting and even American politics. By the end of this review you will understand why Manitou has been admired for decades and why she still turns heads whenever she sails. Let us begin with the key features that make Manitou stand out. Built in 1937 by the Sound Shipbuilding Corporation in Michigan and designed by Sparkman and Stephens, one of the most prestigious yacht design firms in history, Manitou was created with both performance and style in mind. At just over 62 feet in length with a beam of about 13 feet, she is a yawl rig, which means she carries two masts with the smaller mizzen mast set aft of the rudder post. This rig gave sailors more flexibility in handling different wind conditions and also created the graceful profile that has defined her silhouette for nearly a century. Her white hull with classic overhangs forward and aft is pure elegance in motion, and the varnished wood trim adds to the sense of timeless craftsmanship. Manitou was not simply built as a pleasure cruiser but as a competitive racing yacht. Sparkman and Stephens were revolutionizing yacht design during this era, and their approach combined advanced hydrodynamics with a keen eye for balance and speed. The result was a yacht that could perform well in offshore races but also provide comfort during long passages. Her underbody was designed with a deep keel and balanced rudder, giving her excellent stability and tracking. These features meant she could slice through the water with both power and grace, a quality that distinguished her in the racing circuits of her time. Moving into the design aspects, one cannot ignore the way Sparkman and Stephens managed to blend function with beauty. Every line of Manitou's hull speaks to performance but also to proportion and symmetry. Her yawl rig was not only practical but visually striking, with tall spars and billowing sails that created a majestic look when underway. The use of high-quality materials from the beginning was another reason for her longevity. Mahogany and teak were chosen for the deck and interior, while bronze and brass fittings provided both strength and elegance. This was not a yacht built to fade into history, but one designed to endure as a symbol of what American yacht design could achieve in the pre-war years. Stepping inside, the interior features of Manitou reveal another dimension of her charm. Unlike many stripped-down racing yachts of her time, Manitou offered comfort and style for her crew and guests. The main saloon was designed with varnished mahogany paneling that glowed warmly under soft light from brass oil lamps. Built-in seating with upholstered cushions made it a welcoming place to gather after a day on the water. A traditional chart table was positioned to serve as the navigation hub with drawers for maps and instruments, and this detail reminds us of the era when every offshore passage relied on celestial navigation and careful plotting rather than GPS. The craftsmanship in the joinery, the smooth curves of the furniture, and the thoughtful storage solutions all highlight the golden age of yacht interiors. Her galley or kitchen was compact but efficient, with a gimbaled stove that allowed cooking even when the yacht was heeled over. Storage lockers were cleverly tucked into every available space, ensuring that provisions could be carried for long voyages without cluttering the living areas. The sleeping cabins were simple yet elegant, with berths lined in wood and portholes providing natural light and ventilation. The captain's cabin offered slightly more comfort with additional storage and a small desk area. Even the bathroom or head was finished with varnished wood and fitted with brass fixtures, blending utility with style. It is this combination of comfort and seaworthiness that made Manitou not just a racing machine but a true cruising yacht. Performance aspects of Manitou deserve their own spotlight. She was built to sail hard and fast, and her record proves it. In the years following her launch, she participated in numerous races and quickly developed a reputation as a competitive yet dependable yacht. Her long waterline length allowed for impressive speed, while her narrow beam helped her cut through the seas with reduced resistance. The yawl rig made it easier to balance the sail plan and distribute power efficiently across different points of sail. This meant she could perform well upwind, downwind, and in heavy weather. Sailors who raced aboard Manitou often described her as lively but trustworthy, a yacht that rewarded skillful handling with exhilarating performance. Another fascinating chapter in Manitou's history adds to her mystique. In the early 1960s, she was famously used by President John F. Kennedy during his time in office. Known as the floating White House, Manitou became a symbol of Kennedy's love for the sea and sailing. The image of JFK at the helm of Manitou is one of the most enduring photos of his presidency, reinforcing the yacht's status as not just a vessel but a cultural icon. This association elevated Manitou from being merely a fine yacht to becoming part of American history, linking her to leadership, glamour, and the adventurous spirit of the era. When we consider the unique selling points of Manitou, it becomes clear why she continues to inspire admiration today. First is her heritage as a Sparkman and Stephens design, one of the most respected names in yacht architecture. Owning or even sailing on a yacht from this pedigree is like holding a piece of naval history. Second is her proven performance. Unlike many classic yachts that were purely ornamental, Manitou was a competitor built for speed and reliability. Third is her timeless beauty. From her sweeping shearline to the gleam of her varnished deck fittings, she embodies the kind of aesthetic that never goes out of fashion. And fourth is her cultural significance as the presidential yacht of JFK, which adds a layer of prestige that no other yacht of her era can claim. For enthusiasts considering what makes Manitou special in comparison to modern yachts, the answer lies in authenticity. Today many yachts are mass-produced with fiberglass hulls and industrial fittings. Manitou represents a different era, an era where yachts were built by hand using traditional methods, where every plank and fitting was carefully crafted by skilled shipwrights. She is not simply a means of transportation but a work of art, a living example of maritime heritage. Sailing on her is not just about going from point A to point B, it is about experiencing the romance of the sea as sailors did generations ago. Yet despite her vintage, Manitou has been carefully maintained and restored over the years to ensure that she remains seaworthy. Classic yacht regattas often feature her as a star attraction, and when she lines up against other legendary designs, she still demonstrates the speed and grace that made her famous. Restoration work has been done with respect for her original design, keeping the integrity of her lines and materials intact. This commitment to authenticity ensures that she is not only preserved as a museum piece but continues to live as a working yacht. From a layman's perspective, Manitou is appealing because she combines beauty, performance, and history in a single package. You do not need to be an expert in naval architecture to appreciate the way her sails fill with wind or the way her hull glides through the water. Her story of being both a racing champion and a presidential yacht makes her relatable on multiple levels. She appeals to the dreamer who imagines life at sea, the historian who values heritage, and the sailor who craves performance. Few yachts can claim to satisfy all three audiences at once. In closing, Manitou 1937 is more than just a yacht. She is an ambassador of American design, a symbol of political and cultural history, and a living testament to the craftsmanship of a bygone era. For anyone interested in classic yachts, she represents the pinnacle of what sailing once was and what it still can be. Here at Boats Yacht, we celebrate vessels like Manitou not just for the technical specifications but for the stories they carry across the waves. She is proof that some designs are truly timeless and that beauty and performance can coexist in perfect harmony. If you ever have the chance to see her under sail, you will understand instantly why she has earned her place among the legends of the sea.